PlayStation's first-party studios is pretty diverse, but one stands out amongst the rest. That is, of course, Media Molecule. They, of course, have developed Little Big Planet and Tearaway as well, having their games hunch on the whole create, share, play mantra. However, Dreams is coming up, and they have officially unveiled when we will be able to play the early access version of Dreams. So what's going on, guys? It is your boy TKD123 here, back again with another video, and today we're going to go over all of the new info about the Dreams early access version of the game. Now, of course, there's no secret here that the rollout of Dreams hasn't been the most smooth processes of other games we've had in the past as well. There's just been a lot of waiting and a lot of just weird, anticipation about what this game will be, and their showing of it was few and far between, and there was, I believe, even an internal kind of whole switch up of the game in a way, and it's just all been kind of, just kind of weird as of late. But, now that we have gotten the beta under the belt, and we had that back in December, Media Molecule are kind of a little bit more impressed by the way it was received from the public, and so they went around and have now announced the early access version of the game, which they did a few weeks ago, and now we got some more info on it as well. So Dreams Early Access will finally be able to get our hands on it on April 16th. Now, I was thinking sometime in May. I don't know if that's what they said initially, or is it just spring 2019? I'm pretty sure they just said spring, but something in me, I don't know what it is, but they just, to me, rubbed off as sometime in May, but looks like they are gonna just launch here in April, on April 16th, which I think is a little bit honestly too early, just because it could step on the toes of Days Gone, and that's just kind of weird in itself. I feel like May would have been a little bit more of a better type of time to release it, give it a little time to breathe and stuff like that, and not have it in the way, or honestly be in this detriment to Days Gone as well. But nonetheless, the game is still launching on April 16th. Well, not the full game, not the full game, the kind of early access version of Dreams, and that is not the full game. They made that very, very clear here, that I'll read in a little bit, but it's coming out April 16th, of course, and you'll be getting essentially the creation tools that you were given in the beta and in that kind of demo of Dreams. And so it's not the full game, and there's a lot of things that are missing from the full release that they want to put in before Dreams is considered like a version 1.0 game. And one of those things is that it's lacking the story mode from Media Molecule, and so you won't be able to play through that whole sequence about it's like you're going into multiple dreams and everything, and all that good stuff, and you won't be able to play that on the early access version of Dreams, but it will allow you to make your own different levels and all different worlds and all different games and all that good stuff that you got to play in the beta if you got into it. I didn't get into the beta, unfortunately. I really wanted to, and unfortunately I didn't, so maybe I would jump into this. I'm still kind of leaning on maybe, not sure yet, maybe just mess around with it here and there, but we will see how that goes when the time comes to kind of talk about that. But they did release a quick little excerpt talking about the Dreams early access release and everything, and they said, quote, "We've been working on Dreams for a long time now, and the core of Dreams, the bit about making the levels, is ready. There is so much we want to do with and add to Dreams, but to start, we want players to be able to see their creations on their own TV screen and be able to have all the tools they need to make games or stories or art or music." And they also went ahead and kind of lined off some different things about the early access version of Dreams, and they kind of lined out that the whole thing on the PS Store will be $30, not a full $60 game. They of course are taking into account that this is an early access game, it's not complete and everything, so it will be $30 on launch, and that's not gonna, and that's not really telling about how much the full version of the game will launch. Like, if you wait to get Dreams until version 1, when it's all done and everything, and they kind of have it as a version 1 game, a full complete game, I don't know what that price will be yet. They haven't said that or disclosed that, but they did say that if you buy the early access version of Dreams, you get the early access version of Dreams on April 16th and start with that, you will be upgraded to the full game at no extra charge, which I think is a very good thing to do, just because those people that are going to be buying the early access version, they are buying into what you are selling, not at the moment yet. They are buying in on Dreams. They want to support it, they want to help it out, they want to have it grow and everything, and so I really do think that it is a nice thing to have the full version upgraded for free when it comes available for those early access users, instead of making them pay again. So I think that's a very, very good thing as well. However, they did say that there's this really weird thing going on with the early access beta. So they keep saying this thing about limited quantities. There's limited quantities in this early access thing, and I don't know what exactly they mean by that, okay? Because it's going to be digitally, right? Like, as far as I'm aware, it is being, you know, distributed through the PS Store, and it'll be digital. And they say that they are going to ensure that there will be enough digital units to go around, but I don't understand this whole verbiage about that there will be limited quantities on the early access of Dreams. I don't know if they're going to eventually, if it gets to a cap of certain players that bought early access, to stop selling it or pause the selling of early access. I'm not sure what they mean by that. If any of you know in the comment section, feel free to enlighten me, because I don't know what they mean by that at all. That doesn't make any sense. You know, that just doesn't make sense to me personally. Not really sure where they're going with there, but apparently the Dreams early access will be sold in limited quantities, whatever that means. However, one also piece of news that is very, very, you know, upsetting about this whole thing for those at PSVR is that there will be no PlayStation VR support in this initial early access launch. And so so at least they say from the jump, you know, from day one of the early access, there will not be PSVR support. And of course, it has been talked about and shown and confirmed that there will be PSVR support for Dreams eventually down the road, but right now it will not be available on day one early access. So that's pretty upsetting for a lot of those that want to try out early access on PSVR. I know Christian definitely wants to use it on PSVR and kind of make stuff and create levels in PSVR. However, you will not be able to do it day one, but I'm sure they will update us when you will be able to do it on the early access. And lastly here, the last tidbit that we got here about the Dreams early access release is that there is no NDA. If you're not aware of what the NDA is, it is something that us content creators have to keep in mind. That is a non-disclosure agreement, and sometimes if you get early access to a game or get a demo or a beta, you will have to sign this NDA, and it basically says that you cannot share or upload or stream any content or talk about anything that you experience on said early access / demo / beta of said game. And so it is very much a serious thing. You could get sued, you could get, you know, your stuff flagged down from YouTube and everything. It's just a very thing that you don't want to mess with at all. However, the Dreams early access is free of that NDA, and if you guys remember, the Dreams beta was initially hit with a NDA and did have an NDA for the first half of its beta life cycle, but then they kind of took it off towards the end of it when people just, you know, just went against the NDA and started just sharing their creations with Dreams, and a lot of people were really enjoying what they saw, and so they kind of lifted that, and I think they learned from their lesson from that point. And now the early access version of Dreams will not have an NDA attached to it, so you can feel free to upload it, stream it, you know, and that's great for me as well, because I, you know, definitely don't want NDA on whatever I play. So it's really cool to see that now we can have that with Dreams early access. There won't be an NDA attached to the game. And so that has been the general kind of scope and info about Dreams early access. Let me know if you're going to get it. Are you guys going to play it? Let me know all your thoughts about Dreams early access down below in the comment section, and make sure to also like the video if you enjoyed it, as well as stay subscribed to PlayStation Source to keep up with the latest and greatest in PlayStation. Links to our other channels down below in the description, where you can find our Twitch, our Twitter, Discord, all those stuff in the description down below. Thank you all for watching, and as always, greatness awaits.